Part 1. Captivating introduction and setting the scene. Have you ever wondered why a dish as seemingly simple as fried chicken, just flour, oil, and chicken, has managed to conquer billions of hearts across the globe? From street stalls in Seoul, small-town diners in Kentucky, to fine dining restaurants in Tokyo and Paris, the irresistible aroma of golden, crispy fried chicken always draws people in. Yet, few know that behind that crunchy coating lies a story filled with secrets, traditions, and innovations that turn this humble food into a worldwide phenomenon. In the 19th century American South, fried chicken was considered a soul food dish, tied deeply to family gatherings and childhood memories, often served on Sundays when the whole household came together. In Japan, however, fried chicken took on an entirely different meaning. It became a Christmas tradition, an unusual custom that continues to surprise the world. Meanwhile, in South Korea, fried chicken was elevated into a cultural icon of nightlife, paired with cold beer in the now famous chimaek, chicken plus makju tradition. Fried chicken is more than just fast food. It is a global language of flavor, connecting memories, emotions, and culinary creativity across cultures. But what exactly makes it so extraordinary? Is it the secret seasoning blends, closely guarded for generations, the frying techniques that keep the crust crisp while locking in juicy tenderness? Or perhaps it is the cultural spread and clever marketing strategies that transformed fried chicken into a universal symbol of comfort food? Join me as we travel back in time, from when fried chicken was a humble homemade dish in rural kitchens to its rise as a worldwide icon of street food and a multi-billion-dollar industry. Part 2. The key characters and foundational elements. To understand the global story of fried chicken, we must first meet the characters and cultural forces that shaped its journey. Fried chicken may appear universal now, but its roots stretch deep into history, woven from diverse traditions, migrations, and innovations. In the American South, African American communities were among the earliest custodians of fried chicken. Enslaved Africans brought with them knowledge of seasoning, marination, and frying techniques that transformed a simple bird into a flavorful delicacy. It wasn't just food, it was a symbol of resilience, comfort, and cultural identity. Later, soul food restaurants became havens where this tradition was celebrated and preserved, giving fried chicken its first cultural heartbeat. Across the ocean, Scotland already had a tradition of deep frying chicken without much seasoning. When Scottish immigrants brought this practice to America, it blended with African spices and cooking wisdom, creating the first version of what we now know as Southern fried chicken. This fusion of cultures set the stage for fried chicken's rise from humble kitchens to global menus. As decades passed, another character entered the story, Colonel Harland Sanders. With his white suit, string tie, and signature goatee, the Colonel became the face of Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC. His secret blend of 11 herbs and spices turned fried chicken from a regional favorite into an international brand. While the exact recipe remains one of the most closely guarded culinary secrets in the world, Sanders' charisma and business sense laid the foundation for fried chicken's global conquest. But the story doesn't belong to America alone. In Japan, fried chicken found a completely new identity in the 1970s. Clever marketing transformed it into the must-have Christmas meal. Families lined up at KFC stores to pick up their festive buckets, making fried chicken synonymous with celebration. Meanwhile, in South Korea, fried chicken took on a different life. There, it wasn't just food. It was nightlife culture. The invention of double frying created the ultra-crispy texture Koreans loved, and the pairing with cold beer birthed the legendary chimaek tradition, an inseparable duo in modern Korean dining. Beyond these nations, fried chicken also became a cultural chameleon. In Nigeria, it is marinated with fiery peppers and spices that reflect West African taste. In the Philippines, it is paired with gravy and rice, showing the fusion of American influence with local dining habits. In Europe, chefs began elevating fried chicken into gourmet creations, serving it alongside champagne or infused with truffle oil. Every region and every cook added their own flavor to the story. The humble chicken drumstick, once a farmhouse meal, had become a canvas for culinary creativity, cultural pride, and even global business empires. But how did fried chicken leap from regional kitchens and family gatherings into the center stage of world history? The answer lies in a dramatic turning point, a moment when fried chicken stopped being just food and became a cultural phenomenon. Part 3. The historical climax and turning point. By the mid-20th century, fried chicken had already established itself as a beloved regional specialty. But its true transformation into a global icon began with two powerful forces: industrialization and cultural exchange. This was the moment when fried chicken stopped being just food. It became a symbol of modern life, convenience, and even aspiration. In post-war America, the rise of fast food chains forever changed the way people ate. Colonel Sanders' Kentucky Fried Chicken wasn't simply selling a dish. It was selling consistency, speed, and a taste that felt both homemade and exotic. The iconic red and white buckets weren't just containers. They became cultural artifacts of family gatherings, picnics, and road trips. By the 1960s, KFC had leapt beyond U.S. borders, opening in Canada, the UK, and eventually Asia. Fried chicken was no longer bound by geography. It had begun its march into the hearts of millions worldwide. The turning point came in the 1970s and 1980s when globalization and clever marketing intersected. In Japan, the Kentucky for Christmas campaign turned fried chicken into a national tradition. What began as a simple advertising idea evolved into a cultural ritual, where families now pre-order their Christmas fried chicken weeks in advance. Imagine it. A Western dish, wrapped in Japanese festivity, becoming as symbolic as turkey is in America. Meanwhile, South Korea was riding its own fried chicken revolution. After the Korean War, U.S. soldiers introduced fried chicken to the local population. But Korean chefs, ever inventive, took the idea and perfected it, developing the double frying technique that gave the chicken an unmistakable crunch. Paired with sweet and spicy sauces, it was unlike anything the world had tasted before. By the 1990s, chimaek culture was born, and fried chicken became not only dinner but a social ritual. Bars, street stalls, and chain restaurants filled with friends bonding over crispy wings and cold beer. Elsewhere, the story continued to unfold. In Africa, fried chicken was fused with indigenous spices, hot chili, ginger, and paprika, creating flavors bold enough to rival the American South. In the Philippines, Jollibee emerged as a local champion, offering fried chicken with rice and gravy, redefining comfort food for millions. In the Caribbean, fried chicken was paired with plantains and fiery jerk seasoning, giving the dish yet another identity. This global explosion of fried chicken wasn't just about flavor. It reflected a deeper trend: the blending of cultures, the rise of consumerism, and the way food could tell stories of migration, adaptation, and identity. A single bite of fried chicken could carry the memory of Southern Sunday dinners, the festive joy of a Japanese Christmas, or the nightlife buzz of Seoul. But with global popularity also came challenges: questions about authenticity, health, and the commercialization of tradition. What happens when a family recipe becomes a billion-dollar industry? How do communities preserve their cultural roots when their food goes mainstream? The world had fallen in love with fried chicken. Yet this love story was just entering a new, complicated chapter, one defined not only by flavor, but also by social impact and cultural transformation. Part 4. Consequences and social reactions. The worldwide explosion of fried chicken left deep cultural, social, and even economic footprints. What once began as a family dish in humble kitchens had now become a multi-billion-dollar industry, and society was quick to respond, in both admiration and concern. In the United States, fried chicken remained a nostalgic symbol of home cooking, but its commercialization sparked debates about authenticity. Family recipes, once shared across generations, now found themselves competing with mass-produced fast food. Some saw this as cultural loss, an erasure of heritage in exchange for profit. Others embraced it as progress, a way for traditions to travel beyond borders and touch millions of lives. In Japan, the Christmas fried chicken tradition became so embedded in society that many forgot it had only started as a clever marketing strategy. To some, it was a joyful new ritual that symbolized family unity and modernity. Yet critics argued that it was a manufactured tradition, proof of how corporations could shape entire cultures. Still, each December, families continued to line up, smiling with anticipation as they picked up their golden buckets of fried chicken. South Korea's chimaek culture also brought both joy and reflection. On one hand,
looks
fried chicken
amazing.
became an inseparable part of social gatherings, first dates, and celebrations.
I know.
On the other, its growing popularity raised concerns about health, urban lifestyle changes, and over-commercialization. As Korean fried chicken chains began expanding abroad, Koreans expressed pride that their double-fried invention was winning global hearts. But at home, some worried that the dish had strayed too far from its roots. Too many flavors, too many variations, chasing trends rather than preserving tradition. In developing nations, the arrival of fast food fried chicken created mixed emotions. For many families in Africa, Southeast Asia, and Latin America, eating at global fried chicken chains became a symbol of status, proof that one had joined the modern, globalized world. The health consequences also could not be ignored. With fried chicken's rise came growing concerns about fast food diets, obesity, and industrial farming practices. Activists warned that the charm of crispy golden skin often masked the reality of factory-processed poultry, mass oil consumption, and the environmental costs of globalized food production. Still, the demand only grew stronger, proving that the emotional pull of fried chicken often outweighed rational caution. Interestingly, fried chicken also became a canvas for cultural pride and resistance. In the Philippines, Jollibee's fried chicken stood not just as a meal, but as proof that a local brand could rival global giants. In Nigeria, fiery pepper-seasoned chicken became a statement of African boldness. In the Caribbean, jerk-style fried chicken reminded communities of their resilience, transforming pain into flavor, history into celebration. The reactions of societies around the world reflected a complex truth. Fried chicken was no longer just food. It was tradition, identity, business, health, pride, and even conflict, wrapped in one irresistible package. Every bite carried stories of family tables, corporate empires, and cultural struggles. And yet, through all the debates, fried chicken remained deeply loved. Perhaps because at its core, it was never about the debates at all. It was about comfort, joy, and the simple pleasure of sharing a meal. But what lasting lessons and cultural legacies has fried chicken left us with? To find the answer, we must look not only at history, but at the values and traditions that remain alive today. Part 5: Lessons, Heritage, and Lasting Values. As the story of fried chicken stretches across continents and centuries, it leaves behind more than just crispy skin and savory memories. Beneath the layers of spice and crunch lie lessons about resilience, cultural identity, adaptation, and the way food can unite humanity in unexpected ways. The first lesson is about resilience through tradition. For African American communities in the United States, fried chicken was never merely sustenance. It was a dish carried through hardship, shaped by both necessity and creativity. Passed down through generations, it became a culinary symbol of survival and pride. Even as fast food chains commercialized the recipe, family kitchens preserved their own versions, hand-seasoned, patiently fried, and shared around tables as a reminder of roots that could never be erased. The second lesson is the power of adaptation. No other dish demonstrates cultural flexibility quite like fried chicken. In Japan, it transformed into a Christmas ritual. In South Korea, it evolved into double-fried perfection, paired with beer and social bonding. In the Philippines, it adapted to local tastes with rice and gravy. These reinventions reveal a truth about global culture. Traditions are not frozen in time, they evolve, merging the old with the new, the local with the foreign. The third lesson is the balance between heritage and globalization. While international chains spread standardized flavors, local communities continually reinvented fried chicken to express their uniqueness. Jollibee in the Philippines, Bonchon in Korea, and countless street vendors across Africa and the Caribbean stand as proof that globalization does not have to erase identity. It can also be an opportunity to amplify it. Fried chicken became a cultural mirror, reflecting both shared human desires and distinct regional identities. Another lasting value is the sense of togetherness. No matter where you are, fried chicken carries an aura of gathering. It's eaten at family reunions, Christmas dinners, birthday parties, late-night street corners, or even office celebrations. Unlike haute cuisine, which often separates people by class, fried chicken unites. It is
week.
affordable, familiar,
It's so good
and
to
universally
finally all be
joyful.
together.
The sound of crispy skin breaking under a bite, the grease on fingers, the laughter around the table. These are experiences shared across languages and borders. But fried chicken also offers a cautionary tale, the lesson of moderation and mindfulness. Its popularity has been accompanied by concerns over health, sustainability, and the industrialization of food. As communities embrace fried chicken's joys, they are also called to reflect: how do we balance indulgence with well-being? How do we honor tradition while respecting the planet? Even with these debates, fried chicken remains a timeless dish, anchored in both nostalgia and innovation. Its legacy is more than culinary. It is cultural, social, and even emotional. To eat fried chicken is to taste history, memory, and the creative spirit of countless communities who made it their own. Today, as we bite into a piece of fried chicken, we are not just tasting spices and crunch. We are tasting a story, one that began in small kitchens, grew into global chains, adapted to countless traditions, and continues to evolve in the hands of future generations. But the story doesn't end with heritage. The world is still writing the next chapter of fried chicken, one that may surprise us all. The question remains: what future awaits this golden icon of global cuisine? Part 6: Open Ending and the Future Ahead. The journey of fried chicken is nothing short of extraordinary. A dish that rose from humble kitchens to become a global icon, shaped by migration, resilience, innovation, and cultural pride. From African-American soul food traditions to Japanese Christmas tables, from the bustling chimaek bars of Seoul to the rice and gravy meals of Manila, fried chicken has proven itself to be far more than food. It is memory, it is identity, it is comfort. And yet, the story isn't over. In fact, fried chicken stands at a crossroads where its future may look very different from its past. With global conversations around health, sustainability, and ethical eating, this golden delicacy faces new challenges. Will the fried chicken of tomorrow be plant-based, made from lab-grown meat, or reinvented with air-frying technology to satisfy health-conscious eaters? Will future chefs craft luxury versions infused with exotic spices, or will it remain the street food of the people, greasy, joyful, and shared with laughter? Technology is also reshaping its destiny. Food scientists are already experimenting with new oils, batter coatings, and frying methods to create that perfect crunch with less guilt. Meanwhile, social media has turned fried chicken into a star once again. From mukbang videos in Korea to viral TikTok recipes, fried chicken thrives in the digital age, where a single bite can reach millions of viewers worldwide. Culturally, fried chicken's future may lie in even deeper fusion. Imagine Indian fried chicken with tandoori spices, Mexican fried chicken folded into tacos, or Middle Eastern fried chicken coated in za'atar. In a globalized world, the possibilities are endless, and each culture will continue to put its own fingerprint on this universal dish. But perhaps the greatest future lies not in innovation, but in continuity. Despite corporate chains, despite changing trends, fried chicken will always return to its roots. A dish cooked with love, shared with family, and remembered long after the plate is empty. Its true power is not only in flavor, but in the emotions it evokes. The warmth of childhood kitchens, the excitement of festivals, the comfort of late-night meals with friends. And so, the story of fried chicken remains unfinished. We know where it began, we've seen how it spread, and we marvel at how it continues to evolve. But what lies ahead? Will fried chicken remain the world's comfort food, or will it be reborn in ways we cannot yet imagine? One thing is certain: behind every golden, crispy bite is not just a recipe, but a story. A story still being written by you, me, and millions of others across the globe. But is that truly the whole story of fried chicken? Or is there still another secret waiting to be uncovered?